Final score from Finn Harps tonight. Finn Harps won, Derry City 0 through the next round of the Cup. First victory against Derry City in the Cup. Broke many records tonight. Thought Tunde took his goal well with a penalty. Looked a bit soft, but Derry got a soft penalty start of the season against us. Thought our defence was brilliant this evening. Dave Webster, man of the match, I thought tonight, even though Mark Colgott, who had a really good game. Thought Gary Doherty on his second start for us this evening played well as well on nets. He won a few balls in the air and controlled his presence in the goal. Thought overall Harps deserved the result. Bring on Shamrock Rovers now on Friday night and bring on the next round of the Cup. I just love beating Derry, our biggest rivals, and have a smile on my face and have a good weekend. Up the Harps!
Hi Keith, not long home from our game there against Pats in the Cup. Very enjoyable game. Like I said in the review the other day, the most important thing for me as a City fan was that City gave everything and they left it out there. They gave Pats a run for their money. Look, chances were to and fro. Like City what City done was they just tried to hit Pats in the counter a lot, try and expose their weaknesses, and they had chances but kind of huffed and puffed throughout the game. When Pats got a hold of the ball, then like you can see the difference. Like I always say it, like City have young players and they have a bit of naivety, whereas like with Pats, when they got the ball, like they held onto the ball from maybe like 10-15 minutes and never lost the ball. And that's the difference at that level. They made City chase. Pats made City chase them down, and not giving City time on the ball, because like what City wanted to do, you could see, was that get it up to Cian Murphy or Benny and Brian Whitmarsh. You could see there as well in the game that Chris Forrester, it's like as a League of Ireland fan as well, it's great to see players who've played in the league before, still playing, or have come back to the league, and you can see his quality throughout the game, like the whole game, extra time. A pleasure to watch. Like I always enjoyed watching him before anyway. He was with Pats before he went over to England. Yeah, but absolute quality on the ball, and a joy to watch him. And I think as well, I think his name was James Abankwah was his name. I think he was wearing 39 for Pats. He's only 17. He played centre half. Look, to be fair to him, he gave a great account of himself, considering Pats were missing the majority of their defenders. So credit to him for that. Like City, they played well at times, and I just think, like, that's why I was saying sometimes I think City need another 1 or 2 years down in the first division if they want to have they want to come up and give a good account to themselves up in the Premier Division, because you can see, like, if that was the old City, they would have punished Pats tonight. But that's the difference. And look, the City players are young, and I said, most City fans are as good as all City fans. All they want Cork City to do is give a good account of themselves and give 110%, and Cork City did that tonight. Just on the night, like penalties, it's just anybody's game when it comes to penalties. Best players for City, Gordon Walker was outstanding, to be fair to him, and also Alec Burnham midfield as well for City. And also it was great as well, as Cian would know, because we met before the game, it was fantastic and great to meet Cian. It was great to have away support as well at the game as well, and it just made for the kind of bounce forwards and back between the fans for singing and stuff like that. So it was a great atmosphere there, and it was a great advert for League of Ireland as well. And look, best luck to Pats for the next round, but very enjoyable. And as I said, look, I'm proud of Cork City. They gave a good account of themselves against a Pats team that have quality. So yeah, thanks for that, Keith.
How's it going, guys? Just jumping on quickly to give my match reaction to Pats against Cork at the Cup. have to say I'm absolutely buzzing that we got through on penalties. My heart was pounding watching them penalties. I wish I was there, but yeah, brilliant. When you look at the performance as a whole, we probably weren't at 100%. Squad very thin at the back, especially. We have a makeshift back four, which looks a bit ropey at times, but you know, going into the game in more detail, first half Cork were the better side. Then second half, I thought Pats were the better side. Obviously, Pats got that last minute goal, thought we won it, and then Cork responded with another last minute goal to send the game into extra time. Throughout the whole of extra time, I thought Pats on top again. But you know, overall, no disrespect to Cork, but there's a step up between Cork and the top teams in the Premier Division, and you have to think to yourself, will these players be able to make that step up, you know, when you have full-backs playing centre-back and centre-mids playing centre-back and that sort of thing. So the quicker we get these players back from injury and suspension, the better. But to be honest with you, you know, it's hard to even be too negative when you win a game on penalties like that. Like, I think I'm probably too positive depending on how bad the performance was in parts, but buzzing. I thought Veet was amazing in goal. He was solid. Made a great save from Dylan McGlade actually, and then made a save in the shootout too. Happy for Ben McCormick when he came on, absolutely amazing. The way he drove at the Cork back four, we needed someone like that coming on. It really was great, to be fair. I thought Abankwah was good. I was a bit surprised to see him come off so early, but Abankwah is a young lad coming through the academy who can play at the back, and we're definitely going to need him in the next few weeks with all these injuries. So, you know, next game, I think it's Longford in the league, so we'll definitely look forward to that. Hopefully have a few players back, but confidence is definitely going to be through the roof now with us winning in that cup game, and looking forward to see the draw. I fancy Pats against almost everyone that we can come against, so can't wait for the draw now. Come on, the Saints.
Full time, and it's Blues 4, Kilnamana 1. I have to say, it wasn't as comfortable as I thought it would be in the first half. Like, fair enough, Kilmana deserved respect, and they played quite well when we gave them the opportunity. But the trouble was us giving them the opportunity in the first place. I thought maybe Bertram said something to him at half time, because when they came out in the second half they were a different team, and then that was when the game was really beyond doubt. It was nice to see Jack Stafford and Cameron Evans getting goals, and Phoenix Patterson got himself a nice goal as well. So on that front, I suppose it's business as usual. We're into the last 8, and that's the main takeaway, and we're happy to be there. So, you know, we've got a good chance at hopefully getting to the final. We'll wait to see who we get on Monday, but there's not much else I can say after that, you know. The scoreline, it looks good. First half performance maybe doesn't reflect it, but second half performance, I think it's fair on the basis of that.
Everyone Keats asked me to do the post-match reaction or fan reaction to the round 16 or round 2, whatever you want to call it. Cup tie between Shamrock Rovers and Bows in Dalymount. The game finished 2-1 on the night. Ali Q got a 25-yard screamer. I can't remember the time of that goal, but it was an absolute belter of a goal. I don't think any keeper in the league saves it. Rovers replied a few minutes later. Dylan Watts whipped the ball in. Graham Burke had the back. Rowan Finn passed it across the goal. Talbot was already caught out, and Pico Lopez slotted home from about 6 yards out to make the game 1-1. In the 82nd minute, there was a scuffle between the Rovers and Bows lineups, and Rowan Finn got a second yellow for an alleged elbow on George Kelly before George Kelly hit out on him and hit my box and got sent off her. Then in the 87th minute, 5 minutes later, Calamitous defending by Rovers, and the ball was cleared out, went to Andy Lyons. Andy Lyons went past 2 or 3 Rovers players before putting it in the opposite corner to where he ran. Betman from not far out, just outside the box. One thing I want to touch on, I've talked to a few League of Ireland fans about this before this game and after this game. I was especially on the phone to one League of Ireland fan who would agree with me. I'm not saying Rovers didn't Rovers played well, because we didn't, and I didn't think Bows played well either. I think it was a typical Dublin Derby game of who wants it more and whoever took it. But I think the standard of refereeing in this league is appalling. I think it's really deplorable. I think there's a level of incompetence, and I think that if we think that's a good standard of refereeing compared to some of the other leagues that are around our level, and I'm not trying to belittle the league of Ireland when I'm saying that, but if there's like leagues around our level, I really think that we should be striving for better standards of refereeing. Like, I'm sure if anybody could name any ref in this league that's reffed in a proper game this year, and by proper game I mean like not the first division, I mean like the Premier Division, you could name at least 1 or 2 mistakes that this person's made in a game. Like Neil Doyle today made about 3 or 4 mistakes in the Dublin Derby, which is usually the biggest game. Well, it is the biggest game of the year, whether it be in the Cup or in the league, so the best ref usually gets given that game. And Neil Doyle, as much as I think he's a good ref, and as much as I think Rob Hennessy is a good ref, I think that both of them, or Wayne Hennessy, or whatever his name is, I think that both of them have been very deplorable this year. I think Paul McLaughlin as well isn't a good referee. I think he's very deplorable as well. Adrian O'Reilly's the same. The only good ref I've seen in the past few years is Paul Chew, and even at that, Paul Chew towards the end of his career made a few questionable decisions, but he was a very good referee. But I think that if we really wanted to strive on as a league and all that, I think that we really should be looking towards getting a better standard of referee, because I think it actually makes the league look a bit like a laughingstock the way that some of the decisions have been this year, because some of them have been genuinely baffling.
Alright lads, just a quick reaction to the game that just finished there from Dalymount Park. It finished Bohemians 2, Shamrock Rovers 1. Unbelievable game. The fans were unbelievable throughout. First half, very cagey. Not much really happened, not many chances. But then, as soon as the second half kicked off, I think we took it straight to them. We had a free kick straight away with a couple of corners. We pinned them into their own half, and eventually we got our first bit of joy with an alley-oop banger from about 30 yards. Unbelievable. And then Rovers went up, they scored in around the 78th minute. A ball was knocked in by Lopez, who shouldn't have even been on the pitch at that point. I thought he should have been sent off in the first half, and then again the second half. And then 2 minutes later, it was sort of the controversial moment of the game. 2 red cards, Georgie Kelly and Ronan Finn. From what I seen of it, I was in Block A. From what I seen, they kind of grabbed each other's jerseys. Georgie put the jersey up, and he did catch him, I think. So I think the red each. I think a yellow each might have done, considering it's a derby, but obviously Finn's the second yellow, so I think a yellow each would have done. But look, it is what it is. And then Andy Lyons in the 87th minute got the ball on the right hand side. A cheeky 1-2 with Dawson Devoy. He was in, and on his left foot from about 20-25 yards, curled in past Alan Manis. Dalymount Park erupted. Unbelievable. Obviously the most fans in Dalymount in the last 18 months. It was just unbelievable. Oiken Boogie at the end. For me, that beats the European nights. Just beating Rovers and Dalymount in the Cup. And I think for now, I think we should now be favourites for the Cup. You know, we've knocked out Rovers, the league champions, the Cup champions from 2 years ago, last season's finalists. I consider us now favourites for the Cup. Still buzzing off the game. My opinion on that might change tomorrow, but if you're looking for now, I think we're Cup favourites, and thanks.